Irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, affects millions globally, making it one of the most common gastrointestinal disorders. People with IBS often struggle with unpredictable symptoms like abdominal pain, bloating, and altered bowel habits. And while the exact cause of IBS is still unknown, one thing is clear: the foods you eat can either help manage symptoms or, unfortunately, trigger painful flare-ups. In this video, we're going to explore the specific foods that are known to provoke IBS attacks. From certain high FODMAP fruits and vegetables to ingredients like caffeine and artificial sweeteners, we'll break down why these foods can be so problematic for people with IBS and provide a few tips on managing your diet. If you or someone you know is dealing with IBS, stick around. You might discover some useful insights that could make a big difference in managing those symptoms day to day. Understanding IBS and food triggers. Irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, is a chronic condition affecting the large intestine, leading to symptoms like bloating, gas, stomach pain, and irregular bowel movements. What makes IBS particularly tricky is that its triggers can vary widely from person to person. However, certain foods are known to commonly provoke symptoms. One of the biggest culprits for IBS attacks is high FODMAP foods. FODMAPs are short-chain carbohydrates that aren't fully absorbed in the small intestine, leading to fermentation by gut bacteria and resulting in gas and bloating. Foods high in FODMAPs include onions, garlic, certain fruits like apples and pears, and legumes. Another common trigger is dairy products. Many people with IBS struggle to digest lactose, the sugar found in milk, cheese, and yogurt, which can lead to cramping, bloating, and diarrhea. For those with lactose intolerance, switching to lactose-free products or plant-based alternatives may help. While triggers vary, understanding which foods affect your gut is key to managing IBS. Keeping a food diary or working with a dietitian can help you identify specific triggers and make dietary adjustments that reduce the risk of IBS flare-ups. High FODMAP foods. FODMAPs are a group of fermentable carbohydrates that are notorious for triggering IBS symptoms like bloating, gas, and abdominal pain. These short-chain carbohydrates are poorly absorbed in the small intestine, leading to fermentation by gut bacteria, which causes discomfort in people with IBS. Common high FODMAP foods. Certain fruits. Apples, pears, cherries, and watermelon are high in fructose, a type of sugar that can ferment in the gut and cause gas and bloating. Legumes and beans. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans are known to contain oligosaccharides, another type of FODMAP. They are difficult to digest and often lead to excess gas production. Vegetables. Onions, garlic, cauliflower, and asparagus are some of the worst offenders, as they are packed with fructans, another group of FODMAPs that can irritate the gut. Dairy products. Milk, yogurt, and soft cheeses are high in lactose, a sugar that can lead to diarrhea and cramping in people who are sensitive to FODMAPs. To manage IBS symptoms, many people turn to a low FODMAP diet, which has been shown to help reduce discomfort by avoiding these high FODMAP foods. The key is to identify which foods cause the most symptoms and then find low FODMAP alternatives, like switching apples for bananas or garlic for garlic-infused oil. By understanding these common triggers and making careful dietary adjustments, many people with IBS can significantly reduce their symptoms. Dairy products. For people with IBS, dairy can be a common trigger, primarily due to lactose, a sugar that's hard to digest without sufficient lactase enzyme. This leads to symptoms like bloating, gas, and diarrhea. High lactose foods like milk, ice cream, and soft cheeses often cause issues, while hard cheeses, such as cheddar and Parmesan, typically contain less lactose and may be more tolerable. Switching to lactose-free products or plant-based alternatives like almond, soy, or oat milk can help reduce symptoms. If you suspect dairy triggers your IBS, try eliminating it for a few weeks and then gradually reintroducing it to observe any changes. Consulting a healthcare provider can help you pinpoint specific food triggers. Gluten-containing foods. For people with IBS, gluten can sometimes be a trigger. Found in wheat, barley, and rye, gluten is common in foods like bread, pasta, and cereal. Although gluten doesn't affect everyone with IBS, some find it causes symptoms like bloating, cramps, and diarrhea. This is partly because gluten-containing foods often overlap with high FODMAP foods, which can worsen IBS symptoms. Switching to gluten-free options like gluten-free bread and pasta may help ease symptoms. However, you don't necessarily have to eliminate gluten completely. Many find that moderate adjustments, rather than strict avoidance, can make a noticeable difference. Experimenting with gluten-free choices and consulting a healthcare provider can be useful in managing IBS triggers effectively. Spicy foods. Spicy foods are a common IBS trigger due to capsaicin, the compound responsible for the heat in chili peppers. Capsaicin can irritate the gut lining, speeding up digestion and causing symptoms like cramping, bloating, and diarrhea. Studies show that regular consumption of spicy meals can increase the frequency of IBS flare-ups. If you enjoy bold flavors, consider using milder seasonings like ginger, oregano, or basil instead. These alternatives can add depth without the intense heat, allowing you to enjoy flavorful dishes with less risk of triggering symptoms. Artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols. Artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols may seem like smart sugar substitutes, but they often worsen IBS symptoms. Found in many sugar-free products, sugar alcohols like sorbitol and xylitol can ferment in the gut, causing gas, bloating, and diarrhea. Artificial sweeteners such as aspartame and sucralose can also disrupt gut bacteria, aggravating symptoms for some people with IBS. Opting for natural sweeteners like honey or stevia and checking food labels for hidden sugar alcohols can help manage symptoms more effectively. Caffeinated beverages. Caffeinated drinks can be problematic for people with IBS. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and sodas, stimulates the gut, often causing cramping, diarrhea, or loose stools. Coffee's acidity adds another layer of irritation, while carbonated sodas can contribute to gas and bloating. For a gentler option, try herbal teas like peppermint or ginger. Reducing caffeine gradually can also help minimize withdrawal symptoms. Ultimately, experimenting with low-caffeine alternatives can make a big difference in managing IBS symptoms while still enjoying a warm beverage. Fatty and fried foods. Fatty and fried foods can be tough for people with IBS. When you eat these foods, they can slow down digestion, which can lead to gas, bloating, and even diarrhea. Foods that are deep-fried, like French fries, onion rings, and fried chicken, or high in fat, like creamy sauces, pastries, and heavy cuts of meat, tend to be the biggest culprits. Why does fat have this effect? High-fat foods take longer to move through the digestive tract, and for people with IBS, this can mean more time for discomfort to build up. Additionally, fried foods often contain oils that are difficult for the gut to break down, which can lead to cramping and even nausea. For some, even foods with healthier fats, like avocados or nuts, can be problematic in larger amounts. Switching to lighter options can make a difference. Grilling, baking, or steaming your food is a gentler approach on the digestive system. If you crave something crunchy, try roasted veggies or baked chips as an alternative. Including small amounts of healthy fats, like olive oil or fish, can also provide essential nutrients without aggravating IBS symptoms. Alcohol. Alcohol can be a significant trigger for IBS symptoms, causing abdominal pain, bloating, and diarrhea. For instance, beer is high in gluten and FODMAPs, which can lead to gas and discomfort. Mixed drinks can also be problematic, especially when combined with high FODMAP mixers like soda or juice. Certain types of alcohol, like rum, often cause more irritation, while red wine may be tolerated in moderation by some people with IBS. However, any type of alcohol can stimulate the gut, speeding up digestion and potentially leading to diarrhea. For those with IBS, limiting alcohol intake and choosing lower FODMAP options can help reduce symptoms. To sum up, identifying which foods commonly trigger IBS can make a big difference. Avoid high FODMAP foods, dairy, gluten, fatty or fried items, as well as spicy foods, alcohol, caffeine, and artificial sweeteners. These are known to worsen symptoms. Keep a food journal to track what you eat and any symptoms that follow, so you can find patterns. Introduce changes gradually and consider consulting a dietitian for tailored guidance. Managing IBS may be challenging, but with these strategies, you can gain control over your symptoms. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more wellness tips and share your experiences in the comments.